The rain was red on Erendonine, not because of blood, though there was plenty of that, but because the planets, twin suns, painted the clouds crimson when they died beyond the horizon. A lone human trudged through the mud, his boots squelching with every step. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't anyone important. Just a medical technician named Elias Ward, assigned to a refugee camp that had been bombed into ruin 3 days ago. All his fellow medics were gone, either evacuated or vaporized. Only Elias remained, scavenging through the wreckage, hoping to find survivors. That was when he saw her. She was lying half buried under a collapsed shuttle wing, her scales dark crimson with streaks of obsidian. Her armor, ornate, jagged, and clearly alien, was scorched. One of her wings was bent at a wrong angle. Her breathing was shallow, but her golden eyes flickered open the moment Elias knelt beside her. Her voice, even weak, was like thunder. "Human, touch me and die." Elias didn't flinch. He'd treated plenty of wounded soldiers who said the same thing. "I'm not here to touch," he said calmly. "I'm here to stop you from bleeding out." Her nostrils flared. "You dare presume?" Yeah, he interrupted. "You're someone important. Probably a general, a queen, or a god. But you're also dying. So either let me help, or keep wasting oxygen." That silenced her. With careful movements, Elias cut away a melted section of armor, revealing a deep plasma burn across her abdomen. The wound was sizzling where the blood met the open air. He pulled out his medkit half empty, mostly human tools, and started working. His hands were steady, his tone calm, even as sparks of alien energy danced over her body. When he wrapped a bandage soaked in antiseptic foam, she hissed, smoke curling from her teeth. "You use primitive human medicine on me." "Yeah," Elias replied, "and it's working, isn't it?" She glared, but said nothing. Her golden eyes tracked his every move, watching the way he cut, cleaned, and patched the wound. Every so often, she'd flinch, and he'd mutter quietly, "Easy there, tough girl. You'll live." She didn't know why, but the words comforted her. When night fell, the temperature dropped sharply. Elias built a fire from shuttle debris. The dragon woman, now sitting against a rock, watched him with curiosity and disdain. "You are not afraid of me," she said. He shrugged. "Should I be? I have burned worlds, ended armies. My enemies tremble when I speak my name." "Yeah. Well," Elias replied, tossing a piece of metal into the fire. "Right now you can barely stand, so I'll take my chances." That made her snort, a puff of smoke escaping her nostrils. "You are insolent, human, guilty," he said. Smiling, they shared a quiet meal. He handed her a ration pack, which she suspiciously sniffed before eating. "You have not asked who I am," she said after a while. "Does it matter?" Her eyes narrowed. "To all beings in this galaxy, it matters." "Well, to me," Elias said, leaning back, "you're just someone who needed help." "That's enough." Something changed in her gaze, then something soft and unfamiliar. For the first time in many centuries, someone looked at her without fear. The next day, she was strong enough to walk. Her armor shimmered faintly as its auto-repair functions kicked in. Elias helped her to her feet. "I didn't catch your name," he said. She hesitated before answering. "Verexithra. In your tongue, it would mean storm of suns." "Catchy," he said, wiping his hands. "So, Verexithra, you got somewhere to go." Her gaze drifted toward the mountains, where the smoke of orbital bombardment still rose. My fleet is gone. My enemies, the Dominion, they destroyed it. You were in command. I was the command, she replied, with quiet pride. Elias blinked. Why too mean? She nodded once. I am the warlord of the Threxian armadas, slayer of the Zothic beasts. The galaxy calls me the Red Sovereign. Elias stared at her, then grinned. Guess I just patched up a celebrity. Over the next few days, they traveled together through the wrecked countryside. Varixithra was recovering quickly, too quickly. Her physiology was beyond human understanding. Yet, she never left Elias behind. He taught her how to make shelter from scrap, how to find clean water, how to walk without her massive wings knocking over trees. She taught him alien, constellations, how the stars had names in her people's ancient tongue. For the first time in her long life. She laughed. Elias noticed. You've got a nice laugh, he said casually. She blinked. No one has ever told me that. Guess they were too scared, he replied. Her golden eyes softened. You are strange, human. I get that a lot. On the fifth night, the stars shifted, the telltale sign of a warship entering low orbit. Varixithra stood abruptly, wings flaring. The Dominion. They found us. Elias looked up, spotting the descending lights. So what do we do? She turned to him. Yeah, he said, grabbing his medkit. I didn't fix you up just for you to get blown apart again. She stared at him for a moment, then chuckled darkly. You are a fool, Elias Ward. Probably, he admitted. But a loyal one. Moments later, Dominion hunters descended, sleek drones humming with plasma. Varixithra stepped forward, her armor now fully restored, runes glowing along her limbs. The air itself trembled. Elias had seen her as wounded, quiet, even vulnerable. But now he saw what she truly was. She spread her wings, and the night ignited. Bolts of plasma curved off her scales. She roared a sound that made the ground quakened with a single motion, unleashed a torrent of energy that vaporized the first wave of drones. Elias stumbled back, shielding his face from the light. When the battle ended, the sky was silent again. Varixithra stood among smoking wreckage, her armor gleaming like molten gold. She turned back to him, this human who had seen her broken, who had treated her without knowing her power, and for a moment, her fierce expression softened. You are different, she said. Most beings bow before me. You gave me your hand instead. Didn't seem like you needed bowing, Elias replied. Just a bandage. Her lips curved into something like a smile. You saved me, Elias Ward. The Red Sovereign does not forget her debts. She raised one clawed hand, and a faint glow surrounded him, shield of energy that hummed with power. Should danger ever find you, this will answer your call. Then she looked to the sky, her expression hardening. My enemies still live, but when I return, they will know the human who saved the Red Sovereign. Elias grinned. Sounds like a story worth telling. She gave a single nod. It will be sung across the stars. With that, her wings unfurled, vast and blinding. She rose into the heavens, leaving trails of fire in her wake. Elias watched until she vanished beyond the crimson clouds. Then he sat down by the smoldering fire, exhausted, smiling faintly. Guess I made a friend, he murmured. High above, in the depths of space, a legend was reborn, and at its heart was the name of one simple human who saw a warrior and treated her wounds. Asterisk.